Hey guys, thanks for tuning on in. I hope you're having a good day. If you're new, hi, I'm Ansley. This is That's Really Pretty, where we discuss all things beauty and makeup and some fun stuff coming up in the future. So I'm filming a bunch of videos right now, and so you're gonna see this outfit like 5 times basically. So hopefully you're okay with that. If you're not new, hey, what's up, what's good? If I didn't say that, thanks for coming on back. Appreciate the support. So I am in the middle of getting ready using a bunch of Too Faced products, and I actually wanted to film another video within that video and talk to you guys about contouring and bronzing. So if you're new to makeup, this is more like a beginner friendly video. Just like, I still struggle with this, so I kind of wanted to make a video about it because I think that it might be helpful. I hadn't really seen a video like this before. Not to say it's not out there. I don't know all the videos that are on YouTube, but I wanted to make a video to complement the last one of these videos that I did. That was the difference between volumizing mascara and lengthening mascara. So I wanted to show you guys the difference between a contour and a bronzer. So they're not exactly like the same, but they do have similar characteristics, so it just kind of depends on what you want the overall effect to be. It tells you like which product you're going to pick up. So we will start with the bronzer. This is the Anastasia bronzer. It came out not too long ago. This is in the shade Mahogany. A bronzer is supposed to warm up your face as if you've been out in the sun for a little bit, and so you're sun-kissed. If you're someone like me in terms of complexion, where the inner part of your face is lighter than the outer part, it's hard to match foundations. So people will do one of two things. They'll match to the outer part of their face and then just like conceal under their eyes with the appropriate color to kind of blend things out, or they'll do what I do, is that I match my foundation to the middle part of my face, feather out my foundation, and then I use either a contour or bronzer to kind of like mesh everything together. So bronzers tend to be a little bit on the redder side. It's like if you've gone out in the sun, typically that makes you a little bit red, so you tend to be sun-kissed. Some bronzers are redder than others. I don't like a super red bronzer, but that doesn't necessarily mean I want a cool toned contour. So I do have a couple of bronzers. They just kind of all vary. I'll show you guys a couple. So this is Guerlain. This is a terracotta bronzer. It's not very red. This should also be, that's a perfecting powder. This one by L'Oreal is a great drugstore find. So they have come out with new packaging for this, but I really like this. You can see this is red with a little bit of like gold in it. And this is the Glam Bronze bronzer for face and body. So those are a couple that I would recommend at different price points. But I will show you this one today on my face. Next, sorry, scratching my face. Next, we're gonna talk about contour. So contour is supposed to mimic light and shadow on your face. So if you use a brightening concealer, you're supposed to put that where light is hitting your face. So typically a lot of people do it like if they wanna cut their contour, they'll put it under their cheekbones to kind of just accentuate that. They'll put it on their forehead, they'll put it under the eye, put a little bit down here on the strip of your nose. Kind of how you're looking at me now, where you think light would be hitting my face, that is where you put highlight. And then the flip side of that is contour. You put it where the shadows are hitting your face. So if you wanted to kind of, both will help carve and sculpt your face, but that's more of the role that contour plays. So they tend to be cooler and or neutral in color. This is by Black Radiance. It is their contour palette. I do have a couple of different contour options I could show you guys, but this is definitely darker than my skin tone. I will say a point about this: you don't want to go too dark if you're looking for a natural contour. If you go like 1.5, 2 shades down, that would look nice on a daily basis. If you're going for more like glam editorial, if you're doing like a photo shoot or something to make it pop on camera, you might want to go with something that's several shades darker than your face. So I'm going to show you as a part of this video how to apply everything, and then I'll show you both sides of my face. Now, I'll also say you can use both a bronzer and contour together. I will show you where I like to put my contour, and I'll show you where I like to put my bronzer. You can put them both in the same place, but this is just how I do it. So I'm gonna go in with the bronzer on this side of my face, and I'll turn a little bit. So I like to carve out my cheekbones just a little bit. So My face is becoming more and more defined as I have lost weight, but I also have hyperpigmentation in this area. So it can make, if I don't color correct, which I didn't today for my foundation Get Ready With Me review, it can make it look a little bit muddied. So I would say color correct if you need to make the color stand out a little bit more. But I just go a little bit where my cheekbone is, and you can really see it because we had a concealer snafu in my other video. I'm using a somewhat fluffy brush, tapping off the excess. I then work in light circular motions. I'm trying to do this so you guys can see, and hoping it shows up on camera really well. You can kind of see it in my hairline. You just take some time and you just kind of buff it into the skin like that. So you can really see it in my hairline. Just put it right there. You also want to go down into your neck. I will take a little because I feel really pale in the middle of my face. You can kind of see a little bit of a difference. This side of my face looks a little bit warmer. Sometimes I'll tap off a lot of the excess and just kind of bring it up a little bit to add a little bit of extra warmth to my face. So that is with bronzer. That is with nothing. Bronzer. Nothing. So next I will show you guys contour, and I'm going to use a different contour. That's just a little too dark. Actually, I haven't been out in the sun too much for summer, so it's a little bit dark, but that is the one that I would normally contour with. This is in the Tarte's contour palette. I'm going to go in with this one. It's just a little bit lighter. So kind of same thing. And carving out my cheekbone, I'll take this. See, you can really tell, right? It looks like now I look sickly, but I'm gonna take that a little bit further down on my cheekbone. I'll buff that out in a minute, but I tend to focus my contour on my forehead, right kind of in this area. I'll skip this little bit of skin right here because I don't really need it. And then my cheekbones are becoming more and more defined, so I try not to go super crazy. And like I said, I didn't color correct, so that does look a little muddied, but you want to go in with a super light hand. I might need to use another brush to kind of blend this out, buff it out a little bit. And then what you can also do is take it near your nose. I usually never do this. You can use that on both sides of your nose to kind of sculpt it a little bit. If you don't want something as harsh as a contour, you can also use a little bit of bronzer. I'm just using what's left of the foundation to kind of clean that up because I put a lot on my nose. But yeah, I'm just gonna spend a little time buffing this into my skin and then do my forehead a little bit. Okay, so I can tell a difference. I don't know if you guys can, but I'll say like right in this area, my face is a little bit slimmer on this side. And this is going back to the point I was making earlier. Like, these are very subtle differences. The end result is a more slimmed down, kind of like seamless face. It just depends on if you want more of a sun-kissed look or if you want something that kind of plays to the light and shadow effect on your skin. So I'll show you again. This is the bronzer. I'll turn down the brightness of this video so hopefully it pops out a little bit more. And that's the contour. So it doesn't look red really at all. There's no red in the contour that I was using, but my face does look a little bit slimmer. I would say contour is a little tricky. It's a little bit harder to master in my opinion. Like, yes, you can put on too much bronzer and look super red, but I feel like bronzer in the world of makeup is a bit of an easier thing to get into, and as you learn to like pick which bronzers you like and which ones look best on your skin, like then I would start playing with contour. If you want to do bronzer and contour at the same time, this is how I typically do it. I would bronze the whole outside of my face and just use a little bit of the contour to carve out my cheekbones. I wouldn't put both on top of each other because then that just gets a little muddied. So hopefully you guys thought this was helpful. I'm trying to think of other different like videos like this that I can do. They tend to be really quick. This one was a little bit longer because I talked for a little bit more. But yeah, if you're new to makeup, comment down below if you have any questions or if you have any ideas for like this video series. It's not really a series, I'm just kind of making multiple videos like this. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Comment anything that you would like to talk about down below. And turn on the notification bell if you would like to see what I post when I post it. Alright guys, take care and have a great rest of the day. And I'll see you guys later. Bye!